Alright guys, Hoshi Mikura is in the game now. However, there's actually an even bigger change than that, which is the update to the UR banner. And there have actually been two changes, which I really want to talk about because it can actually influence the way you may be planning your summoning in future. So what are those two changes, okay? Number one, the cumulative reward for this UR banner have expanded all the way from 200 to 400. Now the reward is the exact replicate, okay? So whatever you get at 10, you get 20, at 50, now you basically get them again at 210, 220, 250, all the way up to 400, okay? Now this is more of a pay to win thing, to be honest, because it kind of requires a lot of tickets in one go to summon all the way up to 400, but there is actually some big implication because it actually makes summoning for 6 dupes, first of all, a bit more efficient and bang for the bucks, because before you pretty much have to wait for twice, you have to wait for the rerun in order to make the most out of the money. Now not only actually saves you time, it also saves you a bit of value in the process as well, which I'll talk about in a bit. And then the second update, this one's a bit more universal and it would affect all players, including free-to-plays, is that if you actually take a look at this updated schedule that will be getting very soon, Ushijima is getting a rerun. Now, this is massive for two reasons. One, the rerun starts at next week rather than 2 weeks later, which basically means this will be running at the exact same time as Hoshiyumi, and it will theoretically be running into the same timing as Hiragami right afterwards. So we will actually be getting two UR banners at the same time. Now, obviously, there's no confirmation exactly how they will be doing the pity. However, judging by what I've seen previously on the Chinese version of the game, I have a good idea. At least what I hope will be the way they're doing it. And once again, that will have a huge impact in terms of how you want to plan your summons as well, okay? So do check out for that. This is not going to be confirmed, so I'm going to put like an air quote for the time being, but I will be testing there next Wednesday once this is actually live. So if you are planning your summons, then, potentially you can wait till I actually done the full testing as well, okay? But let's start off with the first change, and then I'll move on to this one, which is a bit more accessible. First of all, number one change, banner cumulative rewards have been doubled. Now, this is going to be a lot more efficient than before. Why do I say it's more efficient? Normally, the way you want to do it is that you want to summon up to 220. And when you actually summon to 220, why do you summon for up to 220? Because you'll be getting one free copy of the character here. But also at the same time, if you actually take a look at the actual event, at 220, you're also going to get an extra 5 banana milk voucher, okay? So what that typically means is that for 220 summons, you'll be getting one copy of the character plus 10 banana milk voucher. However, now if you actually summon to 400, you will actually be getting another 5 here, another copy of the character, but also if you actually take a look at the event, you'll be getting another 10 here. So what that basically means is before, out of 220 summons, you can only get 10 milk plus 1 dupe. Now in 400, so it's even less than double of the 220 before. So in just 400, you are going to be getting 2 of your dupes, so exact same double rate as before, but you get even more milk voucher in comparison as well, because now you actually get a total of 25 milk voucher to before it was just 10. Even if you double it, it would be 20. So what that just basically already means is that if you are willing to save up or spend money in this game to go all the way to 6 dupes, now it's actually going to be more efficient rather than waiting for reruns to actually do it in one single go, because you don't have to do 400 times rather than 440, and also you'll be getting more rewards back at the same time as well, okay? And also, if judging by the date of when this rerun's happening, Ushijima rerun happened roughly about, I want to say 3 months, right? This is roughly 3 months because the game launched on the 31st of July. So this happens 3 months after the first banner. So what that basically means that if you actually want to wait to 6 dupe someone to skill resonance 4, you normally have to wait for another 3 months before you're able to do so. So now not only is more efficient, you're also able to do it instantly, okay? Once again, I know this is more for pay to win players, but even for free to play players, sometimes there are certain characters, for example, Hoshi Mikura, who I mentioned previously in my video, where I talk about his 2 dupe is not actually that good in my opinion. For me, it's either 0 dupe or 6 dupe. Previously, if you actually want to do this across 2 banners, you'd be basically end up in a awkward situation where you have 3 months of him where you're out of resources because you have to go 2 dupes on him, and then he's not that much of improvement either. So for certain characters where there's a massive jump at 6 dupe but not a big jump at 2 dupe, it may actually be worth saving up for a very long time just for that. A good example would also be Orakawa. 2 dupe ability is not that crazy. 6 dupe, massive bonkers, okay, absolutely goes insane. So for those kind of characters, if you really like the character and you are actually planning to go all the way to 6 dip, it may actually provide more value for you right now to actually just keep on saving up for those one single summon rather than spreading out across 2 summons, okay? So that's the first implication. The second implication, this will also kind of tie into the second topic I'll talk about, is actually how do you actually want to build a pity. So if you're actually saying about the out of 400 summons, what you're actually able to get is that you'll be getting 2 copies here. You'll be getting another 25 milk voucher. So essentially you get 3 free copies. 400 summons, because the pity is 140, 400 summons, if you have really bad luck, you can only summon 3 times as well. So in total, that basically means 6 copies. However, in order to actually get skill resonance 4, you actually need 6 dupe, not 6 copy. So basically the base copy plus another 6 dupe. And what that basically means is that now it's actually going to be a bit more important for you to actually build up pity beforehand of the actual banner where you want to go all out as well. And if you just think about it, for example, if I have 400, if I actually want to summon 4 copies in one go out of my 400 summons, on average, I need to get every single UR in 100 summons. Yes, it may be feasible, but you have to be pretty damn lucky for that to happen. However, let's say if you actually build up the pity beforehand all the way up to 80, so the rate is still reasonably low, and therefore it's feasible to build up that pity, all of a sudden it's now actually 4 copies in 480 summons, and that basically means on average 120 summons per character. That is actually average luck and a lot more feasible and achievable. So that's kind of, once again, the value of building up pity beforehand if you want to go all out on one single banner. That has also increased as well, okay? So once again, tailor more to pay-to-win characters, however, pay-to-win players. However, if you're a free player and you really want to go 6 dupe on someone, this could be something of interest to you as well, okay? Now, second update. This is the one which is going to be affecting everyone. The UR rerun. Okay, why do I say this is a massive thing? So basically on the Chinese server, when this happened, obviously global can change things up. Global has already changed things up in the sense that this UR banner, Chinese version, Japanese version, Taiwan version, they have never went all the way up to 400. They always stop at 200, okay? So global can definitely change up the way of how banners are run. However, if this is actually the same way as the Chinese version, which I believe, what happens is that the pity is shared between the 2 banners at the same time. So basically what happens is that, let's say you start off with a pity of 140, you summon 10 times on banner 1, both of your banner would then show up, you have 130 summons left to the next one. And likewise, if you manage to get UR in either of the banner, that will instantly reset your pity already. Now, why is this important? Once again, if you actually want to summon for someone, rather than going all out on one single banner, what this actually allows you to do is that you can actually build out the pity at the same time you're summoning, okay? So let's say if I actually need to go 140 times on Korra in order to actually get him, rather than do 140 on here, well, I'm basically not going to quite be enough to actually get a next level reward. What I can actually do is I can spread it out. I can do 50 summons on one banner, 80 summons on another banner in order to maximize the ticket. Or I can also go 20 here and another 120 on this one in order to actually get this SSR selection pack as well, okay? This actually offers you a lot more freedom in order how to actually spread out your summons in order to get your cumulative rewards back. And that's definitely nothing for you to ignore, because essentially, let's say even if I do 20 summons on the UR rerun for Ushijima, even though I don't want to summon for him, as long as I do that first, so obviously, for example, if I'm actually lucky enough to get him in 20 pools, I'm still going to be happy. So what I'll be doing is, hypothetically, I'll be doing 20 summons on Ushijima banner first. The rates are going to be very low for the first 20 summons, so almost likely you won't be able to get him. And then for next 120, I can summon on Korra instead. And basically, it's still going to be the same 140 summons in total, and I'm still only going to get 1 UR character guaranteed. But all of a sudden, I'll get 2 red tickets and 5 memory tickets for absolutely free, okay? So depending on where exactly you are in terms of the pity counter, just have a think about what is actually going to be the best way of how to maximize your reward in terms of the cumulative requirement pool, recruit across the two banners. And once again, essentially it's going to be extra freebies, okay? So do bear that in mind. And the other thing I also forgot to mention is that obviously I talked about the impact of this if you actually want to go all the way to 6 dupe. However, even if you only go up to 3 dupes, so still the same 220 summons, you're also going to get extra 2 red tickets and those 5 memory tickets as well, okay? So no matter whether you're going for 0 dupes or 3 dupes or 6 dupes, this banner update is actually going to be quite beneficial, and especially like I said, if there's actually going to be 2 UR banner happening at the same time, sharing the pit account, you can maximize your freebie rewards even more, okay? The second half, whether that will actually be the case, like I said, global can change things up. I'll be testing that. If you don't want to test, I'll be testing that next week when Yushijima rerun is going to happen, okay? So you can definitely watch out for my video first before actually doing it yourself, okay? So that's basically everything I want to cover. Now I'm actually going to summon for Hoshiyumi myself. Like I said, I'm going to maximize it, so I am going to go all out once Yushijima ban is out already. However, I did promise you guys I will be testing a 0 dupe core as well. So all I'm going to do today in today's summoning is that I'm just going to go all the way up to well, whatever is required for me to actually get Hoshiyumi core. Okay, so I can guarantee him in 30 pool. Let's see how long it takes me. And we get lucky. Oh, first pull. Lucky. Okay, that's nice. That's, I mean, in a normal scenario, I'll probably just crit one early. But to be honest, I'm actually really tempted to go 6 dupe on Hoshiyumi now. Before, I was thinking like maybe 3 dupes is not the best use of my resources. But now there's like 6. I was planning to eventually go to 6 dupes for him anyway, just across 2 banners. Now there's an even bigger incentive for me to do it in one go. So, but like I said, I'm not going to do any more summon now because I want to first of all test him at 0 dupe for you guys. And then the second thing is I also want to test how the UR banner would happen when the rerun happens as well, okay? So the rest of the summon, I will save it for next time. So do watch out for a long summoning video in the near future as well. The other thing I'm going to do with you guys today is going to be the UR memory ticket summon as well. This is a very good memory. I probably won't say it's as good as the Bokuto one because Bokuto has been more universal. I mean, this one's still universal, but this one's universal in the sense that it improves both of your attack stats and also defense stats. So it improves all of your stats. However, for a lot of characters, you wouldn't be utilizing all of your stats anyway. So it's a slightly different concept of universal. UR Bokuto's one is universal because it offers a buff for your whole team. This one's universal in terms that it's good no matter which character you put on it, but it wouldn't offer any value to the rest of the team, okay? But still, it's going to be a very, very good memory, so definitely do you summon for it if you do have the resources. And this one, obviously, I'm only going to go for 1 copy, so let's see how long it takes. 100 summons, okay? Let's see. Can we get lucky? I'm just going to skip this because there's not really much to watch in terms of animation early on. In fact, I don't even think there's animation at all until we get the character, right? So I get the memory. So I'll probably just stop briefly once I hit 30 left. I think that's when the rate increase, okay? So now theoretically, I should be at a stage where I can get the memory because the rate is boosted. Can we get? We got lucky as well. That's nice. So both time I got it slightly early. The character I got it in 120. This one got it in 90. Massive. My luck is changing. Normally I only have good luck with SSR, but now it seems like I have pretty good luck with UR as well. Okay, so this is everything I needed in order to test the character. It will take me a while to test, I'm going to be honest with you guys. So probably expect the testing video to be more on probably Friday. Once I have a bit more time, it might even run into the weekend in case I actually get very busy at work, etc. But yeah, let's see.